But a lot of people want to talk about your gaffes. The last few weeks, you've confused New Hampshire for Vermont, said Bobby Kennedy and MLK were assassinated in the late 70s, assured us, I'm not going nuts. Are you going nuts?
Anyway, I am very willing to let the American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness. By the way, this is my little sister Valerie, and I'm Jill's husband. Oh no, you switched on me. This is my wife. This is my sister. They switched on me. My name's Joe Biden. I'm a Democratic candidate for the United States Senate. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other by. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All men and women created by you know the thing. I'm not going to be a mule. I got something to do. I got to go do boom, boom, boom. You know, we have to come together. That's why I'm running. I'm running as a proud Democrat for the Senate. This idea of, slow Joe. I shouldn't laugh about it because, anyway. The rapidly rising
Joe Biden forgot he was in a video live stream and abruptly walked off camera.
But we lead by the example of our power, not just the example of our power, but the example we're out there and it's what we say. That saves billions of gallons of gasoline. Billions of $2.3 billion worth of, $500 billion in savings and 2-point-something billion metric tons of CO2 going in the air. Folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth, $1.4 trillion worth. Out of $1.4 billion. It's hard to even say it, it's so much. And by the way, it's cost a lot of money. It cost about $740 billion over 10 years. We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Hey, everyone. I'm Jill Biden's husband. But the truth is, she's the strongest person I know. She's a backbone like a ramrod. That's the kind of first lady this Jill Biden will be. God love you. Here's the deal. We gotta, but you gotta, we gotta reassure, look, there's during World War II, where Roosevelt came up with a thing that was totally different than he called it the World War II. He had the War Production Board. Where we open up.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I got hairy legs that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down so it was straight and then watch the hair come back up again. They'd look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap. And I've loved kids jumping on my lap. I know I'm called middle class Joe. It's not meant as a compliment. It means I'm not sophisticated. The fact of the matter is I'm awfully sophisticated about why, how, and who built this country. I'm among many qualified people. I'm the best qualified person for this job. That was a time in the early and 60s where my time friend, and she's a friend, she's been my friend. Why, you're getting nervous, man.
And why should the voters believe that you can win the national election?
It's a good question. Number one, I was a Democratic caucus. You ever been to a caucus? No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. They've got a price in the carb. They have to price in the price of carbon, and so there's so much. I think. Anyway, look. One more question here. Is it too late to address the climate change. We cannot let this, we've never allowed any crisis from the Civil War straight through to the pandemic of 17, all the way around 16. We have never let our democracy take second fiddle. You know, there's that great philosopher, and he talked about Jill puts notes up on my mirror when she wants me to, where I shave, to get messages across to me. All right, Chuck. Thank you very much.
All right. It's Chris, but anyway.
Chris. And in order to avoid those very high numbers, we have to do at least several things. One, we have to depend on what the president's going to do right now. And first of all, he has to wait till the cases before anything happens. Look, the whole idea is he's got to get in place things that were shortages of. You're trying your best, but it never feels like enough. President Trump took those words, those literal words. If Donald Trump is reelected, the reason I did what I'm doing is because there's an invasion of Hispanics. Donald Trump does pose an extra threat to this. It's not hypothetical. Stop trying to keep your workers organized. I'm coming directly to you for ask a quick favor. And what makes his wild claims and hopes, he now hopes we don't notice what he said or won't remember. And when he does follow through or doesn't do, would follow through, the exact opposite. I just spoke at Dartmouth on healthcare at the medical school, or not, I guess I wasn't actually on the campus, but the people from the medical school were at the, I want to be clear, I'm not going nuts. I'm not sure whether it was a medical school or where the hell I spoke, but it was on the campus. If you elect me, you're not going to have your taxes are going to be raised, not cut, if you benefit from that. The conservative columnist, we need to work again with Canada and Mexico as neighbors, not as adversaries. And partnerships built on coercion. I mean, I'm so forward-looking to have an opportunity to sit with the president or stand with the president in debates. I think we can pull this together. I'm optimistic. I really genuinely are. We can't rebuild our economy and meet this climate crisis. That's why I've made it a priority my entire career to work closely with you. From the time I got to the Senate 180 years ago, you know, it's estimated that 200 million people have died, probably by the time I finish this talk. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Kingswood Community Center. Actually, that's the one down I used to work. It's a joke. You know where we were. Anyway, together we can work toward racial justice, economic injustice, so workers don't have to leave work to be fired in order when they get sick to be able to continue to live. You know how many tax loopholes there are in the code now? 1,640 billion. The global gag rule that prevents money from getting to NGOs, such as de-escalation studies, have marked. The public option will be available in my plan. We'll make sure it's not quality. We'll make sure it's only affordable. They go to school from a middle class or upper middle class house, having heard the estimates are as many as 4 million more words spoken. Union workers, the UAW took incredible cuts in their future. The need for environmental justice. Sorry, as a bug. Pick up your phone now. Send a text to the word United. To the number 30330, 30330, or 303-330, or BOO. Wait. You got it. It's on the back there. Have a mechanism to control drug prices. You know, it's not. We're no longer using chemical-based things. All this thing we're dealing with. Well, Trump is pursuing. I mean. No, but I mean, it's not about, I know you're supporting by saying booing, but look, here's the deal. I mean, they're not bad folks. Not do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. I never believed there'd be this much in jeopardy. We launched our campaign over on the Oval back in May 9, 2019. Masking, social distancing, testing, tracing. Donald Trump won Pennsylvania. He won by 44 votes, 44,000 votes. I'll never give up, nor will America give it up. We'll never wave the flag of surrender. This is not I pray. The truth is, than the president did in his first year, 3 years of his. This is President General Stanley McChrystal. In the East Coast, you know what's happening. We have a circumstance where in the South, we find ourselves, honk if you want to trust Americans to begin to trust each other again. I said I was running to rebuild the backbone of America. And yes, we choose truth.
What kind of country we're going to be. 4 more years of George. Did
you see yesterday when he called me George? I don't know if I should be insulted or happy about it. It's the first time that's happened to me in a long time.